Warning, I'm just having fun with old cars. I hope you get some tips and a good laugh from watching, but don't do what I do on your projects. What is up, everybody? We're back again, and we're back working on this pile of junk. Um, yeah, well, I know the S10's kind of the new project, but I gotta save up money to buy parts. So in the meantime, we're gonna keep working on this thing. Um, I've got some stuff I'm gonna try and do. Hopefully, I can figure it out. And yeah, and then within I've got parts ordered. I think the pump is bad in the transmission, or at least hopefully the whole pump's not bad. But I think I don't know. Maybe the gears are worn out or something. I don't know. But it makes a bunch of noise, and I don't want to blow up the transmission. So this will probably be, most likely this will be the last video on it before I blow it all apart. I got a whole bunch of stuff I gotta do. I got take the whole front end off to do rocker panels, and I want to fix a bunch of the holes in the firewall. I got to fix oil leaks on the motor, hopefully fix transmission, all the paint, which I don't know if I'll be able to do because it's starting to cool off already, and as bad as I am at painting, it'll be even worse when it's 30 degrees outside. So yeah, well, let me show you guys what we're going to work on in this video, and then we'll get to work because I'm already behind today because I did a bunch of screwing around this morning. So hang on, I'll show you what we got going on. Okay, so here's what I got I'm going to work on today. Maybe you guys can see this. This is all rust right here. So I'm hoping, I have a section of this. I'm hoping I can cut it somewhere in here, replace from there forward. Also, I don't know if you can see, but this is a very not appropriate repair. It's also like that on the other side. So yeah, hopefully I'm not a metal guy, so I gotta figure out how I'm gonna maybe make a patch panel for that. And also, I don't know if I'll be able to get to it today. Hopefully it'll be in this video, but because of the rust on the outside, I've got a little bit in here. It's not terrible, but yeah, I'm gonna cut a bunch of that out and hopefully fix that. Like I said, I don't know if that'll be in this video or not. So that's the other thing I'd like to do is maybe get paint on the roof and seam seal that drip rail to prevent any of this from getting worse. But I don't know how far we're gonna get. So I should probably stop wasting time talking to you guys and get some kind of work done. I think I don't know. We might start with getting this drip rail off first and see where we end up. Hang on. I'll set you guys up. We'll get to work. Okay. I know you guys can't really see. But I'm going to start with stripping the paint off this inside area. Go ahead and probably do the outside too. Why not? You definitely won't be able to see that. But this is the piece that I have to replace it. Should go something like that. They sell this in a complete like the whole thing. Uh, I don't know if maybe it was just the one I got, but it was not even close to the right shape. Um, this this was right, but the where it comes down around the back of the cab right here, atrociously bad. So I cut it off where I felt it was good and as much as I needed. Probably have a little more on here that I really need, but it's easier that way. So I'm gonna strip this paint off with my favorite paint stripping device. If you watch my other videos, you know I talk about these a lot. Um, I'm gonna do that, and I'm getting attacked by a bee. It's fine. He got scared. That's what it was. He was scared, not me. I wasn't scared at all. Yeah, we're gonna strip paint off this. Um, there's spot welds up in here, so once I strip it, hopefully I can find those and drill those out. And yeah, we'll get started. Nothing left to do now, but screw it up because you guys already know I screw up everything. All right, probably just gonna put you on time lapse because yeah, this nobody wants to watch this. I don't even want to do it. All right, enjoy. Hey, I'm down here now. So I don't know if you can see, probably not. I ground all that. Uh, there's a lot more body filler up there than I expected, which is annoying because that means somebody put body filler over rust, and that's I don't know. I shouldn't complain about other people's work because you guys have seen mine. But we're gonna. I think if you see these spots, like right there, those should be our spot welds, hopefully. Um, so I like to these things. You can buy them at Harbor Freight. Um, they work pretty good until they don't. If you notice the back side of that, it's only got half its teeth, kind of like most people in Tennessee. Uh, and the teeth break off real easy. So until you get to that point, they work pretty good. But then you just spin that thing around, now you got a new side. So that'll get you through, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 spot welds. Um, I haven't really tried to find a better one. Maybe I should, but I like to take a small drill bit, doesn't really matter what size, and drill like a little bit of a pilot hole so that the point of this has somewhere to sit. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna start trying to drill these, and you definitely, well, maybe you can see it. Right there, I kind of marked a rough line of like I can't go past that because that's the furthest point of my replacement part. So as long as I stay to the short side of that line, I'll have plenty of replacement panel to fix what I need to fix. So I'm gonna start trying to drill these things out. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm back. There might be some pauses in this video because I'm trying to sell all the S10 parts that I don't need and make some money so I can buy other parts. So, yeah, there might be some stops and starts that don't make any sense. That's why. So, I'm gonna finish drilling these out, hopefully, and then once I get close to the point of getting it out, I'll let you know how it went. Maybe. Okay, well, hopefully you saw in the time lapse, maybe. I got that piece pulled out of there. Whatever, it's not that big a deal. You just get as many of the spot welds as you can. I sliced it half an inch, 3/4 of an inch from where I knew I had to stay short of, and just started working it off. There's not really any science to it. Just try not to destroy the parts you're trying to keep. But let me flip this around and show you what I got now that it's off. Here's a hint. It's not great. Okay, so here is what we've got now. You can see where the spot welds were, where I drilled them. I'm about to go through and clean all that up. There's a bunch of rust in there, which I kind of expected. None of it looks horrible, so I think we're just gonna wire wheel all that and put a coat of paint on it. And yeah, we'll go from there. This stuff isn't that exciting, but anyone can do it, really, as long as you've got a welder or a buddy that works for beer like me. If anyone needs work, I'm willing. Anyway, nobody wants my work. You've seen the videos. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll set you guys back up, and I'm gonna grind this and wire wheel it and clean it up, and then we'll start getting the new piece fit, and we'll have to drill a bunch of holes in it to do spot welds, and we'll get it welded in and move on to the next part. Hang on. Okay, so here's what I got. I didn't spend a ton of time cleaning the top up, but maybe you can see there's definitely some pitting and stuff from the rust. It'll be fine. We'll put a little paint on it, and yeah, it'll last another few years at least, maybe. I cleaned this up pretty good because that seems to be where they put the spot welds from the factory. So we're gonna try and put them back there. That's where I screwed up and drilled all the way through. But yeah, it all cleaned up all right. So I think I'm going to try to mask it up a little bit and put some paint on it. I'm not gonna, just to kind of help protect the metal that's going to be underneath. And once that dries, I think I'm probably going to spin the truck around so I'm back in the shade, at least for another hour or two, until the sun gets over there, and then I won't be in the shade anymore. But yeah, really all that's left to do is put some paint on it, lay out some spot weld holes, and get that piece fit in there, and weld it in. Simple as that. So yeah, I'm going to get that stuff done, and then when I start working on it again, you'll be the first to know. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. We're gonna go ahead and lay out the spot weld holes in that deal. So I figured I'd show you how I'm gonna do it. Again, these are not how-to videos. The way I do stuff usually works. Some people think it's stupid. To me, if it works, it can't be that stupid. So, hang on. I'm going to spin you around. I'm going to show you how I'm going to get the measurements to lay this out, and then we'll go over, got the part in the vise over there, we'll lay it all out on there and drill some holes. Hang on. Okay, so I went ahead and threw some white paint on here, like I talked about, just to kind of help rust prevention. So we're gonna come in here and have a ruler. I like to use a ruler because it's always more accurate than a tape measure. So what I'm gonna do, it's kind of just a guesstimate, but maybe you guys can see that channel is roughly an inch wide. It looks to me like if we go, I don't know, it really looks like we go right down the middle of it. So maybe favor the outside about a 1/16. Might get us lined up with where they were before. So yeah, let's do 9/16 from this edge over, and then we'll kind of figure out how many of them we gotta do. Let me get you guys set up over here where we can both see what we're doing. Okay, I don't know what you guys can see, but this is not a marker, this is a flashlight. I didn't show you guys, but I went ahead and cut this end down to where it would fit where it's supposed to go, and I did that so that I could make sure I had a spot weld on the ends of this piece. I was gonna lay it out, and then I realized that there was a potential that I could lay one out on the section I had to cut off. So yeah, we went ahead and trimmed that down. Like I said, we're gonna go, we'll call it 9/16 off the inside edge. This, honestly, this is more personal preference than anything. You can kind of put these wherever you want. Make sure you use a really worn out marker so you leave a giant blob on there. That's perfect. So we know for sure we want one at the end there. We know we need one on the end here. The end of this gets a little weird because it's like flattened out, so it's not really the same measurement, but it's not the end of the world. Just eyeball it, okay? It doesn't really matter. The factory did not care about precision when they built these trucks. They just cared about making as much money as they could. So there's the spot for that one. Let's call that the spot for that one. Now, I personally try to make this all as even as I can because I'm a little OCD about hole placement on things. I know none of my previous work would show that I'm OCD about anything, but I am, okay? Just take my word for it. So, now we'll, let's see, we have 17 1/4. So we're looking at 8 5/8 to the middle. We'll make us a mark there. So There's our center. Let's make our mark this way at 9/16. Give ourselves a little crosshair. Now, let's see. Now we'll just split the difference on this section. So 8 5/8 will be 4 5/16. Then we'll go over here. We'll go 4 5/16. And then we'll do our end measurements. By now, you guys probably know how this process is going to go. But we're going to keep doing it because I got to make more holes than this. Okay. Realistically, that'll probably be enough holes to hold it in place. But the factory, most stuff they did about every 2-ish inches from what I've seen on different stuff. Kind of looking at the pieces I took off, it looks like it's about what it is. So we're just going to keep splitting this down. And you guys are probably going to get tired of watching me split it. But too bad. It's just what it is. So now we've got 4 1/4. Not 4 1/4. 4 5/16. Okay. I'm dumb. You guys know this already. So we're gonna call it hair over 2 1/8. Should put us right in the middle. Yes, there's a 30-second measurement you could use. There's no reason. This is not rocket science. 2 1/8. Just a hair over. Got it there. 2 1/8 and a 30-second over. That sounds more official. You guys probably still think I don't know what I'm talking about, because I don't. 2 and a 30-second over 1/8. Go back. Do our 9/16 measurement. Oh, 9/16. Where are you? There you are. Do. Okay. Now, we're going to move this to here. And you guys are going to get paused because I did not get a center punch or drill ready. Because I'm an idiot. So, hang on. Okay, I'm back. I'm a little more situated now. Kind of. So, there's not really anything that special about this. Just gonna center punch all these. I'm gonna do it 3 at a time because that's what fits in the jaws of my vise. Highlight hole. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, highlight hole. I don't necessarily like to go crazy big on these, on the spot weld holes, because I just don't think it's necessary. I don't know, some people may disagree, but this is 3/16. I think if your weld's not going to hold in this size, probably wasn't going to hold anyway. Telling you guys, if you do any sort of metal work or welding on sheet metal or anything, get these paint stripping discs. You can get them, I've talked about them a bunch of times, but you get them for the 4.5 inch grinders. You can get them for these. You can buy them super cheap on Amazon, and they work awesome. They I didn't really show it that good before, but it cleaned that coating right off. With this, all it did was gum it up and ruin a disc that you paid money for. So yeah, buy the stuff. It works. Now we're going to, let's go over the truck, see how this thing fits, and then we'll mark all these on the truck and grind the paint off so we can start welding this thing in. Maybe get something done today. I'm also going to clean up the ends of this because I got a weld across it too. Okay. Once again, I don't know if you guys can really see, but this should fit right here. We're going to get this as close as we can, just holding it. Maybe. See if we can get it to fit as good as possible. Anytime you do any patch panel stuff, no matter what it is, no matter where you buy the parts from, they're not going to fit perfect. It's just the way it is. So, I know the first few that I did, I spent a long time worried about the fact that the panels didn't line up quite right and didn't know how I was going to get it straightened out. But you just got to jump in and go for it. And if you're willing to do whatever you got to do to get it done, you'll get them to fit. I promise you. Pretty much anybody, I mean, if I can do this, anybody can do it. So I don't know if you guys can see, but this, like I was saying, this doesn't, I don't know. It's kind of tweaked. It doesn't really fit great, but we'll straighten all that out. And first thing we gotta do is take the paint back off where we we've got to put those spot welds, because obviously you can't weld through paint. You can try, but it's not going to go well, I promise you. That's good. And some of you might think that defeated the purpose of me painting it, but the paint will help with this area back in here that gets covered up that you can't access. And then when I get done with this, I'm gonna fill all the channel with seam sealer. Once I got a couple the other rust spots I showed you. Once I get them fixed, all this will get capped with seam sealer. So it should prevent any more moisture from getting down in there. That's the idea, at least. So I'm gonna take a minute, see if I can't get this clamped in place, and I'm gonna get my welder set up, because yet again I suck at planning. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll catch you back up when I get there. Okay, well, the time lapse got cut off because someone else showed up to buy some stuff, so I kind of just went ahead and finished fitting this up. It looks kind of ridiculous with all these clamps on it, but they'll hold it till I get most of it tacked up with them still on there. So you can see it. Nope, you can't see. Hang on. Maybe you can see. You probably can't. It fit up pretty decent right there. I got all my spot welds ready. Hang on, I'm gonna set you guys up. Okay, so I can't see because I'm now being blinded by the sun, but it fit up pretty decent. Now you can see by my hat, I just got welded in. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. I put a wet rag over the gas cap in my brain. That helps me not blow up. But always, when you're welding, always think about sources of fire and explosion, because it would really suck to burn your project down just because you didn't think about something like that. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but in my brain it works. I also have a fire extinguisher nearby just in case. It's a good idea. So I'm going to, there's not really anything left for me to do. I just gotta start tacking this thing in. It's all gonna be overhead, which sucks because I'm about to get burned up. If you're worried about the glass or the interior, don't. because I'm not. So it'll be fine. Where'd I put my gloves at? Okay, gloves. Welding visualizer. And let's see how bad I can screw this up. Okay. So far, so good. Oh. Auto darkening hood looking at the sun. Not really ideal. See if we can get one in the middle. Middle-ish. Okay. We're gonna have to. Actually, it's lined up pretty good. That's kind of it. I'm just gonna kind of finish doing these spot welds, and then we'll weld that up. Luckily, just kind of jump around, but this is probably not gonna warp much what we're doing here, so you don't have to be as cautious as if you're doing a big flat panel or something. Okay, that one was not happy. And do one more. That's most of it. Now we gotta rearrange our clamps a little bit. I had one, I'll show you guys. I obviously didn't get all the paint off or all the rust, and it gassed up, so we'll have to go back and fix it, but you'll get that on these big jobs, you know. It's one I'm most concerned about. This is one on the end. Let's see if we can. Tacky tack. Okay, that's all of our spot welds, except for this one I gotta fix right here. That right there didn't sit exactly perfect, but when you got it warm, is the best time to get it to move where you want it. So we're gonna go ahead and stitch this up right here, and then we'll go back and fix that one I was telling you guys about. Maybe I'll show you close up, because I don't think anyone shows their screwed up welds on the internet. So we all know I'm not afraid to show my screwed up stuff. Oh, I'm on fire, Ricky Bobby. It's okay. I'm fine. Thanks for your concern, though. Okay, had to do a fire check. Okay. Let me show you guys this one that screwed up on me. Focus. You can see the contaminants just blew a hole out the middle. It happens, especially when you're welding on old junk like I do. So it's no big deal. We'll just hit it with the grinder, clean it up, and we'll throw another tack on it. Call it a day. That should be good enough. I try to put my hand where it'll knock any BBs or anything out of the truck instead of into it. Just like that. Like it never happened. I didn't even have to post that on the internet, but I'm going to anyway. Yes, pretty much at this point, just grind down the weld. It's hot, in case you're wondering. Yeah, I'm actually gonna let that cool for a minute, and then I'll just time lapse grinding it, because you guys have seen me grind stuff before, and yeah, I may not even do it on camera, but we're gonna let it sit for a minute, cool off, and then I'll grind it down. You can warp sheet metal just as fast grinding it as you can welding it. Maybe not just as fast, but still, you definitely can. So take that into consideration before you just start grinding on something that's hot, especially if it's thin stuff, or if it doesn't have a lot of bends in it like this to kind of hold its shape. yeah, just keep that in mind. I'm gonna let this cool for a minute and I'll get it ground, and then we'll see what it looks like when it's done. And you guys can tell me how bad I am at this. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna put this in or not, but let's grind this thing. Really? It's all cooled off now. So, all you want to kind of keep in mind is I start with a pretty coarse pad, and just don't get into the base metal, especially not with the first pad. It's kind of like sanding anything else. You kind of start with the most aggressive and work the scratches out, but you guys also know I'm not very good at paint. So just take your time and don't screw it up. Okay. Kind of went through a couple grits of sanding discs on this. Now I'm just gonna hit it with the DA real quick, and then I'll kind of show you a close up of the final product, and then we're gonna put some paint on it, and we're gonna call it good enough. Okay, let's take you in close here. Hang on. I don't know. Can you guys see? I can't see the screen. Yeah, so right in here would be our seam, which you hopefully can't see. That would be the idea. And you probably can't see under here either because the lighting is terrible. But yeah, that's what we got. You can still kind of see the spot welds in there. but that's okay. I mean, you guys saw how it was to start with, so I'm pretty happy with that. Looks pretty good. Let me move this. I did check, make sure, don't mind that. That was just bungee cord that was holding the door open. I did make sure the door shuts, and our gap is bad, but it was bad before, so that's fine. So yeah, that's gonna be really the final product for that. I'm just gonna throw some primer on it, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. No more rust. That's what I like to see. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe. See you on the next one.